gotta start.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. How do you want you want to clap me in?
And we're here.
We're here
We've
for
arrived.
the last time.
We've arrived
Episode 200.
at our destination.
We said once we have more episodes than weekly subscribers, we got to cut the shit out. And that's what we're doing.
That's where we are.
And there's no better way to do it than going out with a bang with one of the people we look up to. The godfather of Jacksonville comedy. I don't want to list all your credits. Do you have anything?
Those are only two things you made up. Those are only two things you just made up. Those were no credits.
He's a comedian. Good guy. Dean, say more things.
You just said four things off the top of your head. The very funny Chris Buck, everybody.
Chris Buck is here, everybody.
Happy Pearl Harbor Day, everybody.
Is that today?
Yeah, that's glad to be here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, good for them.
Think about the carnage. Everyone, should we do 7 minutes of silence?
7 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll post edit.
Okay. All right, yeah. We'll do
It's
that.
a true American way. We'll add it in post production.
Yeah.
You can celebrate me instead for Pearl Harbor Day. Yeah, the Godfather of comedy. That's not a Jackson. That's not a real thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why people say that. There's just no other thing to say.
That's something I've heard people say, and I respect you.
Yeah,
and that's how I show my respect. It's
call you the Godfather.
Spreading that word. Yeah.
Spreading that gospel.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Is that a burden?
No, it's not a real thing. It's like nobody has a phrase to say, so they just say that phrase. You could say you could be like the father.
You die tomorrow. How would you want to be
just as
remembered?
Untrue. Also, for Jacksonville comedy, not at all.
Oh,
Please don't associate Jacksonville with my name ever in my funeral. Don't put it in my obituary. They always try to do that in towns. They're like, oh, blah 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 from Jackson. I'm like, no, man. I don't know this town anything.
Why are you ashamed of it?
Because it's Jacksonville.
Whoa.
I think it's beautiful.
All my nostalgia is here.
Yeah.
I love this town. I still know it sucks.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Do you think it?
And it still sucks.
Do you think
That's why you love it?
Is
Yeah,
that it's
you
a
gotta have to at that
self-hatred?
point.
Like you
No.
hate that you are from Jacksonville? Like you wish you were from somewhere cooler?
No, there's no cooler. I don't have a cooler thing. No, it's just there's a thing about it that is like the bold city. It's the least bold city.
Yeah.
It's the bold new city. The
Watered
South.
down.
The bold new city of the South, yeah.
That's what I mean.
But it's the least bold.
Yeah. In what way though? I mean, I feel like
We got a football team.
What's bold?
crime rates.
Our kids are bold.
Downtown architecture. Civil engineering.
The sprawling
I want to
interstates.
live in a city that can afford mic stands.
Oh, dude.
Its transportation system. It's a bold statement.
Yeah.
You have a state-of-the-art mic stand right on your chest. It's your hand, buddy. But we have to make sure, because Buck is very verbose. So we got to make sure we steer this thing and make it what we want to do. We want to I want to ask you, when do you think the comedy bubble is going to pop? I just want to pick your brain about comedy for an hour.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. You just want to trash stuff in comedy? I can do that. We can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When do you think it last burst? Because I have a theory.
Yeah.
And when do you think it's going to burst? Because comedy is like at its peak right now. It's like...
Yeah, never. It'll never burst again.
Really?
No. Yeah,
Why?
it's stable.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a whole... I didn't see that coming.
Well, I mean, like, when you think of the burst, like, what do you think is... What's there to burst?
Crowd work clips. When is that going to go away?
How much do they cost to make?
0.
Then why would it burst?
Yeah, true.
Like, it's like asking, okay. There was, like, record contracts that used to go out for, like, bands. We got to pay all these bands. And then they just go, oh, look, these bands will just independently make their stuff, and then we'll just take it.
We'll just stream it.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, we can just get it from them afterwards.
Yeah.
And then, like, all the mystery of all... Like, if they realize they can pay you less, they've already, like... They've squeezed all the pay out of it down to the minimum. They don't... There's nothing... Yeah, what's there to burst?
When do you think the public's going to get fed up with crowd work clips? Or just, like, cheap stuff that people put out willy-nilly? Because it's saturated.
Yeah, I've been sick of it the whole time. So...
Oh, yeah.
No, but so I'm saying there's never... I mean, you see a shortage of dummies?
Mm.
Is there, like... No, I mean...
I feel like it's a good
new ones.
comedy business move is what I think it is.
What?
Crowd work clips.
Yeah.
Because you get to have exposure without putting out material.
Like, it's like you guys are thinking about crowd work specifically or something, but I'm saying, like, just take what was America's Funniest Home Videos, right, where you'd, like, send your videos into a place, and then they aggregate them and send them out to the public, right? And I was like, then once you get the Tosh thing, and you get through whatever, you go through ridiculousness and all the worlds of the different things, it's like, now you just own your own shit. You just TikTok all your own stuff. So what's there to break or bust? It's all, and it's like OnlyFans. What are they gonna stop?
Except you don't really own it. You get money off of advertising from putting it up. Like,
Yeah.
you never own, like, Instagram automatically owns whatever you put up. Facebook owns whatever.
Yeah, but a long time ago you didn't get any of it. I'm saying a long time ago that
No,
was
you-
the
you're
company owned the whole thing.
You didn't get any of it, or you got a lot. You got a big chunk.
You got a contract up ahead of up front.
Yeah.
Or you got some kind of...
And they made money off you in the back
Yeah,
end.
it was a whole recouping with the record deal bullshit they used to
Yeah.
have. But I'm saying now there's nothing... You're saying, will it be the most popular thing? But even if it's not, it'll just fade into the next one which is just a version of that one. It's like you're in the memes. What do you think, memes? Like some generation started like captioning things. You mean captions?
Yeah.
Caption under a picture.
You mean comic clips?
Yeah. No, I mean captions under. It's just a photo that you with your friends and put a funny caption in a yearbook from the 70s or something. You just put a stupid thing under a photo. That's captions, man.
Yeah, but that's just...
And it's the whole time.
Yeah, but they did something with it,
They made a new word.
Yeah.
They put it digital, and it's like, it's the same.
Yeah.
Like, we're podcasts, right? They go, it's different than radio. I was like, sure it is. Whatever.
It's just not forever. It's not 24/7.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like a radio
They
talk
go,
show.
and then they go like, we're revolutionizing radio, right? They revolutionized the format. Did we? I can't even get a fucking mic stand in this place.
Hey, but we're not dropping the time and the weather every 10 minutes like we're supposed to. So
yeah,
that's freedom.
Like we're supposed to.
Freedom.
That's
No,
the one
freedom.
thing keeping us away.
FCC can't get this.
Yeah. No, you got the freedom. The freedom is what you get. Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom to make $0 on a podcast over 7 years.
Yeah.
We deleted that
Wait,
Sirius
y'all been doing
XM
7
email.
years?
Wait, this is 7 years. We've started in 2016.
No way.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
7?
Isn't that sad?
This is our 200th episode.
Wow.
I always think back like
Looks like it busted.
a lot of people like don't even get to 10 episodes. And we're at 200.
Okay.
We're the godfathers of Jacksonville comedy. That's what I've heard.
Podcast.
I mean,
Because we already have the Godfather podcast.
We're just three godfathers watching their children
We're
grow
the
up.
cigars, dude.
Wow. That's impressive.
Is it or is it sad?
Both?
Whoa.
Yeah, okay. Impressively sad. I like that.
I don't like that.
How do you feel about it ending? What do you...
I feel great about it. I feel like it'll only be used against me. It'll only be a negative consequence in my life, but I'm so glad I did it.
Later on?
There's no good things that I don't feel like there's any revolutionary ideas.
But that
deep
means
in
you have
those
hope that
archives.
something will happen later.
Yes.
That'll be used against you.
Yes.
So that's kind of delusional.
So there's the delusion.
SNL.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the podcast is to get canceled from SNL. That is the future. Trying to start.
How do you feel about it?
I feel good just to have it finished in my brain. Move on to something new.
Yeah.
We're different people now. We started
That's what I'm
lost.
saying. Like it was thoughts of me a year ago are pretty wild. Like thoughts of me 6 years ago when we first started this thing. Like it's nuts. It's nuts. I feel like it's awesome to have. It's great to have like a time capsule that's not just like a photo bucket album of
Would you ever
yourself.
look back at a thing you did 6-7 years ago just to see who you were then, or do you know yourself?
What do you mean? Of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't look back?
I don't think it's good.
What?
I don't think it's good to look at old pictures of yourself because then you compare yourself to yourself. Like girls all the time, you'll see them posting like a picture of like them 5 years ago, and they're single and like they always post single lady shit, and then it's kind of sad.
I mean, all my shit looks pretty lonely for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, all I got is narcissism wrapped up in clips and like videos that I got to edit still, and yeah, it's a bunch of garbage. It's unhealthy.
That's what they've turned it into. How to advertise yourself. Yeah. Self-marketing.
But when you say would I, like it's all I do probably.
Would I what?
Go back and look at. That's all it is looking at it, like the work is me.
What if
doing comedy, the narcissism is the work.
What if the AI,
it's terrible.
Instead of looking at pictures of your past, AI, future company, comes up with an idea that gives you future pictures?
Okay.
Like future, like, you know how you like, what do they call it? Like image boards, you know what I mean? Like the fucking, you see it to believe it, but somehow it's like you on SNL, you driving the car that you want.
Okay, but like a hype version where as a company you would do that for people. Not like just available, but like you would curate a future for them.
That's meta. That's basically what meta wants to be.
Kind of, but it'd be more of like you'd pay for it.
No, but like they advise, like they're giving you advice, like they're advising the inspiration of your future. Like they can
like the same way you look back and see yourself at Disney and you're like, man, that was a really fun time.
Yeah.
You look forward and see yourself at the head of the board meeting of like an actual good picture of you in it. Instead of looking back at an old picture, you look forward.
Like that Total Recall movie, you know, where they make your little vacation.
But what is the end? Is the end goal to eventually get you to that place, or just an ideal?
Yes.
So
do you think that looking back is negatively like it's pulling you back into the past, or do you think looking ahead would positively pull you toward the future.
I think you open yourself up to liability by putting that out there. Like as a company, like you have this idealized version that you're selling people that will definitely happen, then it doesn't happen.
We don't say it definitely happens. We say this will help you
if you just
achieve
grind
your
hard
dreams.
enough. We talked about grinding before.
Yeah.
The back always says grind.
You're not grinding hard enough.
Yeah, dude.
Your simulation isn't going to happen.
You gotta believe.
What do you want to happen with comedy? Like, what's your end goal? Like,
I want the boat. I want it to all crash.
So you do want it to crash?
Yeah, it's not.
So we can help
to.
it.
Yeah, you want to destroy it? We can destroy it.
You're trying to destroy within.
I don't know.
From the center.
How do you feel about destroying people by telling them they have? You kind of got something there.
Oh, cheering on terrible people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people do that to me sometimes. Or have done that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
To send you forward into
nothingness.
Down.
Okay.
Holy shit, dog.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my own narcissism now.
Yeah.
No, down.
Have you ever knowingly done that to someone?
Not any more than there's a classic joke about it for comics, which is like somebody will be doing that bit they think is good, and you're like, yeah, dude, you should open with that. You know, it's like that type of thing.
Or great set.
Yeah, well, but only if, I don't know. There's a difference between whether the person gets the joke or whether the person doesn't get the joke. You know, like you might be trying to prank them a little bit, but that wasn't really the generation I came up with. That was probably some like 80s ball busters, 90s, you know, something I don't know nothing
That's
about.
like boys club fraternity type stuff.
Yeah, hazing type stuff.
Yeah.
It's still there. That's not what I came up on, you know.
Fraternity was like the bitchiest thing I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Like just guys talking shit about each other and they're like, hey bro, what's going on? Like coming over for beers later, and you were just you were lambasting this guy for no reason. And now you want to. But then that would be a point of pride later. Like, did you see how I was just like totally fake with that guy? Like, never been a part of that?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. But I feel like that'll just set you up perfect for corporate life, you know?
That is.
And then all your friends are at the top doing the same thing.
It's corporate training.
It's corporate training. How to fuck off while fucking off, you know? I feel like that's what the frat thing was. I feel like it's like a business network. It's like a personal LinkedIn.
Yeah.
One of you makes it, everybody's coming up. My dad's got construction. Come be the lawyer for the construction company. Blah blah blah. Blam blam, and then
That's what it's for. It's not like an accident. That's what it is. 100%.
That's what every scene is, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say every scene, but fraternities in particular.
Comedy, you don't think you just go to comedy sometimes just to hang out and be like, pick these people's brains? You go to do comedy?
In fraternity, though, it feels like there's not another reason.
Oh, like that is the sole.
Yeah, whereas
reason.
like that, I like crafts, like activities or something, some kind of focus. Like if you were playing sports and and you're like, well, we're trying to get into the NFL and be, you know, we're trying to get famous and get all this pussy or whatever. You know, it's like, yeah, but you can. But originally we were playing football as kids.
Yeah.
You would say we were just playing. There was a time.
This one kid, I was just trying to get brain damage.
I like it.
but like I liked the purity of that, of the craft being the defining trait.
Of a singular focus.
Yeah. And that's this is the childish bullshit in me. This is why I'm a failure.
The idealistic version of you.
Of everybody.
Okay.
Like, no, everybody had it, right? Everybody who did it, who had it, knows that was the original spark.
Yeah.
Right? And then the people who come in who don't have it and try to fake, you know, when there's like actors just trying to use stand-up to get a thing on the res, it's like everybody knows that. Everybody can sense that, right? Yeah. So the pure spark, the pure spirit, that's what happened on everything. That's what happened on the toys you played with when you were a kid, the first songs, the first love, all the things that were good about it. And then everybody goes, life's complex, it's difficult, it's whatever, you know, shit breaks up, falls apart and everything. And then you make do with it. I go, yeah, if we have to. But don't forget where the fucking spark was. Like the romanticism that I have with it is still in there. It's just that everybody's constantly destroying it and shitting on it and running it into the ground. But whenever you can get back to it.
Or basing your worth on that success in that focus or in that singular, like
business success in that area.
Yeah,
is unrelated to the original idea. The original, the purity of whatever it is, whatever the joke is, or whatever the thing is unrelated.
Damn. So we should keep podcasting.
I mean, do you love podcasting?
I do.
Well, then what the fuck are y'all doing quitting? Fucking idiots. What the fuck? You just said you love it?
He's very tongue-in-cheek
Do you
about
love it?
his next plans. Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I thought you were quitting because you were like, this sucks. We regret it. You're going to quit because you love it?
I have qualms. I don't think you love it.
Okay.
I think I love it too much, and it becomes. We've talked about this before. Like I become resentful because I'm like, you don't love it as much as I do. Like you're not.
Oh, so you guys are just breaking up?
We're not breaking up, dude.
No.
That's what it sounds like right now.
No. That's not what's going on.
Don't break us up.
That's what he just said.
Hey,
I didn't say
now.
what you just said.
Buck just told us a story before this of breaking up a marriage. Don't do that in our house.
I didn't. No, I didn't. That was a joke. That wasn't a real breakup. That was a save. That was a save of the real.
We have figured that out. I feel like we both have different focuses in different areas. Like he is very much
you guys
production,
sold out
podcast.
What?
All about it.
I like to sit down and figure shit out. Like try to build a web page or like go and do the technical side, like editing and like.
Which is all the hard shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he likes doing the hard shit.
And Dean wants to show up and then doesn't get that there's a lot of work behind it.
Okay.
And that's frustrating. But I also can't be mad at him because that's just not what he wants to do with his time.
Okay.
Right. I'm more of a point and shoot kind of person. I'm not the finder, you know. I'm just the guy with the gun who
not drawn
pulls
out.
the trigger.
Yeah, dreamer, doer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. He's fucking rooted.
I don't have dreams. I got dreams.
I can't look to the
I've got
stars.
a lot of dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the collision is.
I don't know what the collision is. That sounds like one person doing one thing, another person doing the other. Then that's a partnership.
We need
and
a
then y'all
third.
should do.
We need a
it sounds
third.
like you're doing it.
Yeah.
What aren't y'all doing? Succeeding? Damn it. Is that what you guys are worried
Consistent.
about?
We're that's what comes back to the spark, the initial spark.
Okay.
We don't see results from that spark, and that's what we hang our. I think we
Yeah,
didn't.
You just start a new podcast. You guys should start a new podcast.
Are you leading us to a road of nothingness?
Well, I don't know.
Is this
I
so
don't
you
know.
should open with that?
I mean, what's the theme of this podcast?
Nothing.
Okay,
I feel like that's
so
the
you might have
hard
just
part to
fucked up.
qualify.
Yeah. From the very beginning.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys made a wide open podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when we first, that's what the spark was in the beginning, was just doing a podcast. It was
Okay.
never supposed to be a comedy podcast or it was just supposed to be two people talking because we just
So you just
liked
thought you
what
could
this
Seinfeld. We're gonna make a show about nothing.
I thought people would be interested.
Of course. Yeah.
We did 3-hour podcasts in the
Okay.
beginning of just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
And we thought that would be it. And then we got a little more focus, and then we just got inconsistent.
Okay. And then you came up with an alternative plan and some themes to do on the show. Nope, not at all. Didn't even try that. Didn't even
I
try
mean,
it.
we
You
are
did 200
brainstorming.
episodes and didn't consider one other
we kinda just got
option.
pigeonholed.
No, we had
and stuck.
three of these. We had three of these mid podcast crises. We've had three of these.
Okay. What were those? 3?
One was 2 additional spin-off podcasts, and then it was back together.
Oh, yeah. I did one with my girlfriend.
And then I did a solo one, and then we came back together.
I moved to Michigan.
Another one was, I don't want to drop the title, but it was a working name that we didn't end up turning into fruition, but it was like an alternate route we could have gone on. And now we're going through a more thought out exit strategy. I would say it like that.
More thought out exit strategy?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we've been
say words
just like
sometimes, I don't
pulling
know.
the plug out. Like, all right, we doing this, we not doing this. Boom, we're done
Hard
doing
reset,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, we've been fucking just.
Well, you don't
pulling
need
the
to
cord out of the
discuss that. That's just that.
Yeah.
That's quitting.
Right. So,
That's,
so we've worked out
over. You're like an exit strategy. You're
a
like,
more
we're
quantified exit
getting out of
strategy.
Afghanistan
Yeah,
or
dude.
we're quitting this podcast.
We're just going to Biden this shit and then leave
Okay.
all our equipment.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's.
Yeah, man, I'd recommend some kind of theme or focus,
Direction.
any kind of direction.
I just
Some
want
kind of
to
structure.
down.
You guys were like, let's talk to comics, right?
Yeah, or just people.
Anybody.
Yeah.
To non-famous comics.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, we'll just put those up.
Even
next to
worse,
the-
people who reached out to us to want to be on the podcast. And that's never who you want to have.
wow.
That's who you want on the podcast.
Maybe.
No.
I think the
Maybe.
opposite, honestly.
Well, all right. I'm gonna say that you can do whatever you want, but my idea is you just got to put some direction behind that area. Like let's say somebody reaches out to you, that's because they want to be on it for some reason they want, right? So just don't do that. Just have them on and fuck their shit up.
Yeah.
Somebody comes on to promote their book or some shit, just get into their. What are you, a felon? You got misdemeanors? What do you got? Like I just mean like there's no rules.
Yeah.
It's almost like you guys kind of did it like, well, there's people starting podcasts. They talk to comics. We talk, and then we'll put it out there. But it's like, I'm not saying what you got to do, because you can do anything. But you got to do something.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what it is. I got to do something. And I don't know.
Just do what else, the thing you like. You know, what'd you say? You did one with your wife?
With my ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
Who ended up cheating on me, that one.
Oh, so y'all did one together. What did y'all do?
It was called Cold Feet.
What was that about?
It was just us hanging out, talking about relationship stuff.
Okay. Why don't you get your kids on the podcast?
Nah.
No, why don't you just make the podcast?
I don't want to put my kids out there like that.
Easy. Yeah. Chris is talking about this fucking podcast.
No, I'm saying you should cut clips with your kids just like.
It's already been done.
What? Who?
People are already pimping their kids out.
People are already doing
on podcasts.
Yeah.
On podcasts.
Yes.
Kids on the podcast.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
It's like big on TikTok. Some girl named Sailor and her dad, curly, young-looking guy with the beanie. Yeah.
Okay. What are they doing?
They're doing a podcast.
About dumb stuff.
And
how was your day?
And she's cute.
A bedtime story. What do you think about dinosaurs? Like just random little cute kid stuff.
Okay.
And they get to say it in their baby voice.
But it's all cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do something else. Do not cute.
Ooh.
You got to get Borat and Bruno on that sucker. You got to get the gay baby in there. Get the baby.
Gaby, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not saying do that. I don't want to be accountable for any of this.
We can't make him. We can make him accountable.
Why don't you two make kids and then pimp them out? I'm never gonna put I don't even like posting my kid's face on social media.
Make
like,
a face. Put a mask on. Turn your kid into the anonymous
ago.
from the anonymous videos guy.
Hours ago,
get a Guy Fawkes mask. You can do whatever you want, man. There's no rules here.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Getting a lot of good ideas.
Here's what we do.
You can get Mike Sands.
Say you have a third baby and use the second baby and run a conspiracy.
Yeah. Backup baby.
You should start a podcast where you just put both of them. They talk, right? Can they talk?
No.
In any way?
No.
They babble?
Anything.
One babbles, one is just cries.
That's enough.
Okay, tape that. All right? Make them be that. Like, let them do that. That is the podcast. Okay? And it's for babies. It's for other babies. Boom. And babies can just babies can understand this language. That's baby language.
And that's high level.
And then you can play that podcast for other people's babies. They can play that in their cribs and listen to babies cry.
Talking Dead about the babies crying into each, and that's for the adults.
Talking babies.
Now we got 2 podcasts.
Damn.
This guy's
what are we doing? Let's stop this.
The thing I just made, I think that might actually work. That might actually work.
No one's listening to that.
Baby sounds? No, the babies are. They can play. You play that
Miss
for
Rachel
other babies.
is shooting for an in between. He's going to go straight to source.
Yeah.
I tried to save this thing. I tried to save y'all's podcast. Yeah.
I'm so glad it's
okay.
over.
I mean, it's a good thing to talk about. It's the last podcast. You should talk about this is the arc of the podcast.
Yeah, I feel like you would have been a good person to talk to about it, but
what? No, not before now. I just meant this episode being talking about the podcast ending. Since it is the podcast ending.
What do you like in a podcast whenever you listen to you listen to Dan Cummins?
I hate them all now. I like Dan. I mean, Dan's great. Yeah. Dan just does his thing. He does his subject.
Have you seen Tosh's new podcast?
No.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's interviewing no comics, no celebrities. So his first interview
That's what we do.
That's great.
Was with his wife's OBGYN.
Yeah.
Gay guy.
That's what people should do. Yeah, because that's content.
Yeah.
That's real content.
But it's only content because he's Daniel Tosh. He comes from a place of pull.
Nah, I know
so
what
you would
you're
want to
saying.
hear.
It's a combination. I get that, but no, you're still. I don't think that's not why it's content. It's content because the OBGYN.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's curiously famous because of Tosh. You see what I'm saying? But the content is still the other thing is still the content.
You think in a vacuum if no Tosh, no name, just them two on a platform.
No, I just mean like real shit in the world. Like you can just go down, like if you were going to interview somebody, you just go down and interview fucking construction workers. Just ask him if he should be on the fucking podcast. It's like, what do you think he sees all day?
Yeah.
He's like, the real people doing real shit.
I don't think people want real shit though. I think people want an idealized version of it, and
they want that, but why
do you think people watch All Gas No Breaks?
What is that?
You don't know what all gas, no brakes is?
Is that the rapist guy?
Whoa, no. It's the white guy in the fucking
Andrew Callahan, the rapist.
business suit. He's a rapist?
Yeah.
He's something. He's something. It's some kind
He's
of
not a
thing.
rapist, but
Okay,
adjacent.
He's rape
That was a very
adjacent.
aggressive allegation.
Oh, rape adjacent's bad. That's not good.
All right, well, yeah. His shit is just man on the street,
Yeah.
but not like idealized man. It's like normal fucking regular
But
people.
here's what you don't get. Here's what you're missing. I can tell by the way you're thinking about it, right? Is you go like, oh, people don't want, they want an idealized version of them. I go, yeah, man, you can't go down there and just interview one guy like you're thinking you guys can do with this. And just like, hey, we recorded it for an hour. Yeah, you got, and then you got to do it 10 more times and you put out the one.
Yeah.
Like you got to do.
You have to do actual
archives work. You know what I mean? You got to do like real work.
Gotcha.
Message.
And I say that as a person who's doing none of that work completely. I'm doing none of that.
Yeah.
But I'm aware that you got to do that. You don't have to.
You
because
write
there
a
are
lot,
people.
which is your main focus is, I mean, from an outside looking, like it's stand up. That's your singular focus, and you actually work towards that. I say I want to do stand up, but I don't work on writing as much as I should. I don't go up as much as I should.
Yeah.
So in my brain is like, do I even want to? Do I just want to be like known as a stand up and like have a?
I don't know about you.
Yeah,
I don't know about tell what you the way you do it.
Yeah.
It's hard. No, it's hard to tell which part's the focus.
I know it would take me not having things in my life that I love to pursue stand up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it would have to be all or nothing, and I can't just do all or nothing, especially right now with kids. So it's just like that's on the back burner, but it's hot. Like it's a hot burner in my brain.
Hot plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's in the.
I mean, why do you have to do that? Why does that have to be the case? You can't just do it a little bit?
Do what?
Stand
No,
up.
because it's all or nothing. You know, like you have to be in it. Like you have to.
Do you? I mean, is that what's
bro.
working right now? That's everybody. Everybody that's succeeding, they're just all in it.
Yeah, they're posting. That's their whole life is like content. Like how do I get in front of these people to get
Oh, I thought
this
you were
thing?
talking about stand up. A second ago, you were talking about stand up. Now you just said something else.
Yeah,
You said they're all in it doing this other stuff. That's fine. They're doing the other stuff. I'm saying like, but they're not all in on stand up, or they're not all in on writing.
Yeah.
They're half in on those things, or quarter in on those things, and then they're all in on captioning clips or something like that. Like everybody's not all in. I mean, maybe Kevin Hart's all in on everything. I don't know. Maybe he does know how to work, you know? But I mean, like, there's people that I just don't believe any of those statements.
What?
People like saying those things. Like, they're like, you got to be all in on. I'm like, they like saying them.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody who's famous likes telling you how they put in the work. They love it, you know? And right before they were famous, they were like, it's all luck. None of this shit. Yeah. As soon as they're famous, they're like, oh, yeah, you got to put in the work. You know, you just do it. You know, it'll all work out, whatever. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's, you do it. You ever watch like UFC stuff and they're talking about it and they just can't stop talking about it? Like the interviewers. Mm-hmm. And the fighters are literally going, it's just still a fight, man. Yeah. It's just a fucking fight, dude. We're all trained. We did this, we that. And then I got to go like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. It's just a fight. So like, there's no like, but the announcers, it's their job to talk. Yeah, the commentators. Yeah, there's no end to the talking. There's no dead air. There's no allowance for it. Sometimes I'll be listening to like anything, like if it was like old radio or if it was, and I just go, y'all should have some dead air. Y'all ain't got nothing to fucking say. This should be dead. I would rather hear dead air than some of the shit.
You're just trying to fill time with.
Yeah. I'm talking about things I don't even listen to. It's like, do you ever listen to like sports? Sports like radio or something like that,
That's
right?
the only thing I listen to in my car.
But you ever notice that, like, if you liked sports, the sport that they were talking about, and next thing you know, for the last hour, they've been talking about the billionaire CEOs and the plans for the organization, and you're like, what the fuck am I listening to? Like the Dow Jones market report on sports? Yeah. It was like, I'm listening to football because I want to hear about football, and now you're just listening to the moves these CEOs are making.
You can listen to like, stuff like analyzing like the game after, really?
That's what it used to be, I think, right?
95.7 or 92.5?
Yeah, I can't get into that anymore. Or just like reporting on what's going on in sports news. Yeah.
It's good stuff. They report on high school shit. The Mandarin's fucking through the state championship and helps me keep up with that. Talks about the Jaguars. Talks about Florida State. All the teams that I care about, they talk about.
Yeah.
When I listen to sports, it's to not know anything, to not care, and to just hear something that is not just like an anxious fucking horrible news. Like it's literally, they just talk, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about any of this. This is great.
Do you listen to like Stephen A. Smith or anything? Because I can't stand that.
No,
shit.
it's like local radio segments. But like I don't like top 40 hits that much. And then the radio in between top 40 hits, I feel like is the content like clickbaity. Like we're gonna take a call from a lady who just left her son at the school. Like just weird, like quirky, like reaching. Whereas like sports radio, they're just talking about sports. Like they're not doing anything quirky with it. They're not like, we're going to throw a football at the third. Like they're just talking about it. Yeah. So it just feels less pimped.
Yeah.
More pure.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to take that off topic that way.
Some dead air. Let's sit in this dead air right now.
Nothing should be said. For Pearl Harbor. 7 minutes. Whoa. I'm glad I talked over that way. That was just a cough.
There was that. What's that one music piece? What's the guy's name? Is it John Cage?
Luke Cage.
John Cage the Elephant?
Huh? I'll try to look it up.
I don't know. Do you have any questions, Dean, for our
Silence.
esteemed guest?
You know that Silence song? You don't know that?
It's just like 432 hertz? Something?
No, it's not hertz.
No.
It's like seconds.
Is it a frequency you just have to listen to?
Yeah, well, it's silence. Yeah, it's here. Let me see.
What this guy copyrighted silence?
Yeah. John Cage. What? Yeah. 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence.
Good for him.
Orchestrated. Yeah, they get the whole orchestra there,
and
then they play 4 minutes 33 seconds of silence.
Sick. That's pretty metal.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty fucking.
That's exactly what it is, dude. It's metal as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I would say. All right, this is a decent question. What is your favorite bit?
Of what?
Yours. You have?
Of mine?
Yes.
I can't do that.
Not. Okay, I would say favorite bit in general. I would say favorite bit of yours, but favorite bit in general.
Oh, mine. I mean, mine's all right. I mean, wow. Damn, dude. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know.
Of course you do. No, of course you do.
No, and they're all the ones that aren't done. They're all the ones that are too deep that I can't handle. Does that make sense?
Is it you can't handle you?
No, I can't.
You don't feel like you can make it funny enough to even put out there.
That's what can't handle is.
Okay, all right, yeah. That's well, there's listeners who don't know your brand. Yeah, okay.
So all the ones that I love are like way too heavy for me somehow. Like there's an aspect of them I can't grasp or get, you know, or and a lot of stories, like a lot of like personal, like the stories that like a good storyteller would tell. Like if Ali Sadiq would tell. Like I'll just watch the way he's telling. I go, well, I don't have these faculties at all, so this story's just not coming out, and it would have to come out a different way. Yeah. And I don't tell a good story that the other way. So it's like when you watch like Chappelle talk or Ali Sadiq talk, the coolness is so cool that you're like, I don't want to tell a story poorly.
Yeah.
I don't want to suck.
Okay, then what would be the favorite bit of somebody else's? Favorite bit from somebody else?
God, man, I don't know. Favorite bits is not right.
That's a good question. It doesn't have to be the best bit you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But which one that you thought?
What's yours?
One of my favorites is Rodney Dangerfield. And he walks up to a bartender, and the bartender asks him what he wants to drink, and he says, "Surprise me." And the bartender pulls out a naked picture of his wife.
Okay.
I just like the snappiness, the
quick
wittiness. It just it rums up the disrespect. Everybody disrespects me.
Okay. I oh man, it's one of the comics where it's like Norm Macdonald. You know, I like the Norm.
I like some of his long form ones.
The news bit is obviously great. You know, I mean that's the best. You know, they're so good. They're all so good. They're all really good.
I like his "So You're Gay," the neighbor who's a professor of logic.
Okay.
Where he's standing at the bus stop and he's like, "So what do you do for a living?" He's like, "I work down at the university. I'm a professor of logic." And he's like, "So I see you have a house, cool. You have a family, cool. You got a dog, cool." Yeah. Blah, blah. It's like, "Oh, that must mean you're a heterosexual male, blah, blah, blah." And then he goes up and he sees the next guy and he's like, "Oh, how's your day been?" He's like, "My neighbor, he's a professor, blah, blah, blah." And the guy was like, "Oh, so you live in a house?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So you have he said, "So you have a dog?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "So you have a wife?" He says, "No." He said, "Oh, so you're homosexual." But like, he does it in this norm, like
Yeah.
he thinks you're taking you somewhere, but it's just like
I know what you're talking about. That was a I mean, what you tried to do.
I tried to rush through
we
it.
shouldn't do
It can't be done that way. I know.
Right.
That was a perfect example of me.
Right? Yeah, like
of things
you
I can't
do,
handle.
but like I love the bit.
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing
Yeah,
other
that was-
bits
yeah.
on the podcast anyways.
Well, like, all right. So important to me, the Carlin Man in the Sky religion one. That was super important to me.
Okay.
Important.
Yeah, it was really important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing in it. There's a thing in it that happens that I think about all the time now when I do stuff. Is he's talking about the man in the sky, and he sends you to a place. It's a place where you burn and fire and smoke and just and you just burn and and then he goes, but he loves you, and it's the voice shift that he does that is like such a huge movement.
Yeah.
Like he's like looking one way, and then he turns his head up. And he says and shifts the tone, and I was like, and I don't have a lot of dramatic shifts, so I'm always just kind of like, I don't know. That one hit me really hard. That one was always hit me really hard, and
Okay.
Whenever I think about a comic like pontificating and like writing and like honing, it kind of takes me out of it. And I know it's like new age thinking. Like I just want it to be funny and snappy and like not too thought out.
For me, it's
Is that my problem?
For me, it's if that's in contrast with the character. Like if the character is a guy who's like, yeah, I'm smart and I write shit, and here's what I fucking wrote, then it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But if it's like, if Chris Farley explained how he wrote Down by the River or something, but you know what I mean? Like if that was what I'm sure, somebody else wrote it, but I'm saying like, but if you'd just be like, why are you talking like that? Why are you explaining it all analytical?
Yeah.
But that's all I am. So it's not really, I'm not fun.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
out of
very
step
not
for
fun.
you.
I appreciate that style. I wouldn't say, I'd say inspiring. It's inspiring because you realize you can write better. Where some people write differently, so I wouldn't say it's like you need to write like that, but it definitely lets you know you can pull more juice out of what you write.
Yeah.
Like when you're on stage, you very much exhaust topics as opposed to like I might skim it and go to something else. You'd really like dive deep and get all the meat off the bone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's funny is when they talk about writers, I mean, you talk about writing for stand-up, and there's tons of great stand-ups that don't, like, write on paper, and that's totally good. But then there's other ones that try to talk about their writing as if they're like, I'm a writer, and they don't write. I mean, you would say, well, no, you do stand-up, and you wrote it on stage. What's the title of that? Is there a title for that type of writing? Because George Carlin would be. I heard him say he was like, I'm an okay writer. And I go, but then we would all go like, I thought you were the best, right? And he goes, no, because he's comparing himself to fucking writers, like authors. You know what I mean? So he's going, I'm an okay writer. He's literally treating it like literal, and all the stand-ups that are writing on stage, then they're going like, I write too, and you go, fucking, you're not even writing as much as the guy who's saying he was okay.
But also in his brain, he knows he has the, not cheat code, but like he can use inflection and use pacing and use all these different things that writers can't. You can.
Yeah, for stand-up. Stand-up.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that the term writer is that like if you don't open your mind to include authors, if you haven't even included them as what the depth of writing is, then you can say you're a great writer because you wrote some shit on stage as stand-up. But I mean, go take what you did on stage, write it down, see what it looks like. You know what I mean? Did you ever do a transcript of something you did, and you go, "Oh fuck, this is garbage." There's nothing.
A lot of repeated words.
Yeah, all the phrases and how it is. So it's like, and what I'll do is I'll try to write something I was writing with some very flowery, like highbrow language, and then I'll go back and just try to pull it back down to being plain spoken. But that's detriment possibly to the writing. If you were to take you would say, oh, it was better written before. So I'm like I always, when it's on paper, I was like, that's still not stand up. That's just on paper. But I try to get it the closest to in between. That way, if I need to change it into anything, I can. The format I work in is completely useless. It's not good for anything.
I've seen your notes.
Yeah, but it's not good for, what I mean is if you needed a screenplay, I need to give me a week, and then I can grab all the things I need and put it the way it needs to be. If you need it for stand up, I can go up and do it the way it needs to be. But it's in a position where it could transition into anything. So it could be super useful. My writing, right? But if like an agent was like, "What do you got? What scripts you got for me to submit to some shit?" I'd be like, "Fuck, all right, I'm gonna need a minute. It's gonna take a little bit."
You
of
can send them a file right away.
Yeah, so I'm a problem. I'm an idiot. I put it in a completely useless format for no reason whatsoever, other than that was what's convenient for me.
Do you put in a format that's easy to recall? You can you have tags not tags like joke tags, but like
keywords.
Keywords.
Sure. Yeah,
you have stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I made that after the fact. I mean, whatever it is, and you just go back and you just take just like everybody else does.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's still the name of the bits. The names of the bit is probably whatever the keywords are. Sometimes it's the punchline. Sometimes it's whatever wacky. You might have a word that's not. It just reminds you of it. But that's like. Yeah, I mean, it's a good questions, but like right now, the way we're talking is like you're just teetering on. I don't know how fun we are. Like the podcast is fun. I know, but I'm saying we're teetering on making it. I was like, oh wait, you want to get real, not fun?
Yeah,
you want to go all the way in.
He wants to go deep baseball.
I mean, it's like I'm always ready to, but it's like I was like, oh, let me break out the pen. Let's go over it. Let's go. Let me break out the text. We go. Let me give you a copy. We'll go copy. We can go through and read it. I'm saying I would do something like that. That's a podcast I would do where I would do bits.
But I feel like people would feel like they're burning material.
No, but I'm saying I would do it. I would do a podcast of just all my material. I'd just record it all, and just like when Dan Cummins, he's just doing shit he wrote.
Yeah.
I mean, not like stand up, but he wrote. But I'm saying he's collecting the information about the topics that he's doing that day, and then they script it up. You know what I mean? And he works on it like it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's incredible the things he does.
Nuts.
Yeah. Well, but I'm saying like not that version. I'm saying a different version. But you could work up anything. Like we could bring in one bit. Talk through it, you know what I'm saying? Now you think it's burning it. What are we burning? You guys just quit on a 200 episode podcast. What'd you burn? You burn shit?
There's a lot of material I can go back and juice out of these podcasts. Go back and
Are you ever gonna?
Bits. Maybe. If I ever heard a dry spell.
Yeah.
Watch a few go through the net, Go back and watch old clips.
Yeah. Now you guys, see, we were talking about like clips that we love, and like who cares about that? Right? How many podcasts you know?
I mean,
that's tons, right?
Yeah.
No, but it's a natural, instinctive question to ask, right?
What do we hate?
Yeah. What are we trashing? Yeah. What the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck are we talking about? George Carlin or some bullshit?
We're not shit on Matt Rife. That's I know we're not.
Fuck
doing that.
Matt Rife, dude. That's fucking. That's all it's about.
Did you hear the Peterson one?
Which one?
Jordan Peterson. He was on with
Matt Rife.
Yeah. Or Matt Rife was on his show.
Okay.
It made me not hate him. It made me be like, oh, he's just a guy doing what I want to do.
It made you not hate which one of them.
Matt Rife.
It's a very hateable group.
Peterson
is Jordan Peterson.
He's what?
You hate Jordan Peterson?
I don't hate him, but he's.
Oh, I definitely do.
Right, it's because he just talks nice about the
annoying.
things that
he's
know you should be doing.
pretentious.
How's he pretentious?
How do you be in a room with him and not mock his voice to his face? I can't believe I haven't seen anybody do it.
And then all of these are insecurities seeping through your little pores.
He's cried too many times for me to take him seriously as like a guy who's guiding me. You know what I mean?
He does cry, but he also does that little like thing with his teeth, his little vampire hiss type looking thing every once in a while. He gets mad.
I just think he's too smart for you guys.
What?
Too smart.
That's what it is?
Look at you guys. Talking about his teeth. Talking about his smile. Not talking about his ideas. You're not bashing his ideas.
I think he's a very smart man. But
I'll bash his ideas. Yeah,
there's some level of bullshit. Some level.
Is it? Yeah, a lot. He's a grifter, man.
You know what he would ask you is articulate your feelings right now, and you can't.
Oh my god.
He just seems like a charlatan, like guy in a suit who's telling.
Fuck yeah, dude. Put it up. Pound it out, dude. Yeah, dude.
You don't.
Dean's Dean's doing regular troll. It's his regular troll trick.
I feel like he's what I would describe him as a science-y philosopher.
A science-y?
Not in the sense that he explains things very logical. Like, if you were a wordsmith, he would be very well versed with like how to.
He's not saying anything.
He's a scholarly academic who sold out and became a grifter just to sell to the public.
But I feel like he is not. He's not the Shia LaBeouf of like just do it. Like nobody cares about the Tony Robbins of like you just muster it up and just vision like you are the guy. Like tell yourself you're the guy. He's like explaining to you like I know it's not believable. Like this is why this works.
Where was the what was the name of not Peter Pan, the other one?
Tinkerbell.
Where the Lost Boy, not Lost Boys. Fuck, I'm losing this analogy already.
You're gone. Captain Hook.
Yeah.
What about him?
He seems like the leader of all the Lost Boys of this generation. And there's something that feels weird about it because he knows it and he's like trying to really ham up and play that part.
Yeah, man.
Whereas like my guy wouldn't do that. He'd be like,
though?
I don't want to be the leader of you guys. Like I want to be just kind of one of you guys. Like I don't want to be this authority on anything.
What is he the authority on?
Incels?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's
He's the king of the incels.
I can't shift public opinion, but I certainly think that's not a majority opinion.
That's not what I just said is not a majority opinion. Whether they know it or not, or want to admit it, doesn't have anything to do with the fact that that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
I wouldn't think that's happening, but you certainly think that's happening.
Go look at the comments.
It's
on his
happening.
posts. It's like I wouldn't be here today without you. Like you've changed my life. Like
if we had those kind of posts on the Relatables, we'd be fucking sick.
All right, he had 11 rules. 11 rules to live your
12,
life.
12.
It was 11, and then he made another one that was 12. He's trying to sell books, dude. He's a salesman, and he has flowery language.
Okay, what's I'm saying? What is the issue? It's the issue that he's good at two things. Like
Okay,
he's good at talking and he's good at selling talking, or is it that he's good at selling?
Okay.
Tell him why he's wrong.
There's academics and scholars and researchers who do what they do, right? It's unadulterated. It's supposed to be pure in an authentic. I don't know. I'm not even saying the integrity of the research, right? Of their publishing papers.
Just because you're not famous doesn't make it more integral.
No. You, that's why there's standards and boards and people that keep that.
Right,
shit
but there's no
intact.
pull by just being more famous. There's still all of those things.
No, but he's been like censured for violating those things. So I'm saying why is because what happens is scientists. There's no scientists selling fucking like workout supplements. That's not what scientists do. That's a communicator going out and going, hey, I'm going to get in the advertising business. I'm going to get an investment in this fucking product and shit. And I'm giving up my science fucking credit.
But I think the only product he's selling is his opinion.
Yeah, in books and in fucking, he's selling
anyone can do that.
Of course they can. And that's those are fucking hustlers.
Listen, you're hating them. You're hating on him because people are buying it, as opposed to hating on him for a reason of
if you're a business person, right, and then you get into the business of business, nobody goes, fucking sold out. The business is selling out, right?
Right.
If you're a fucking scientist doing science shit, and then you get into the business of business. You're done with that science, man.
No.
You're in the sellout business.
Bill
now,
Nye is legit.
Bill Nye was never
Tyson
legit.
is legit.
No, this is a good point. No, you're onto a great thing. What these are called is science communicators. An entirely different job. And you have to look for, this is a very special job because there has to be a middle ground to negotiate. This is almost like with kids and then there's parents and there's grandparents. There's got to be that middle buffer. You try to get grandparents to talk to kids, there's a huge fucking gap and it doesn't make any goddamn sense, right? You can't tell them about all your 80-year-old shit to a goddamn 5-year-old. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But here's the thing. Science communicators are trying to bridge the gap between scientists who can't talk to regular fucking people at all. And the regular people are too dumb to handle any of that shit, right? So the science communicator, a perfect.
But I feel like Jordan
example.
Peterson is doing that.
No, he is doing that without unsanctioned.
But
He's
there's no
unsanctioned
sanctioning
doing
body.
That. Yeah, the sanctioning body. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what like
Joe Rogan.
No,
there's no sanctioning body for being a communicator.
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson. First off, there's a long lineage of science communicators. All right,
So you got
Carl Sagan, you got your Stephen Hawking,
right.
you got your Jacques Cousteau for the water shit.
Fucking
right.
The fucking painter guy.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Now these people, it's important what they do. It's important that they hold the line. It's important that they walk a very fine line and they cannot sell out. If they sell out, it becomes incredibly dangerous, right? And Stephen Hawking was the last one. Okay, this might be a bit I do, but I'm saying Stephen Hawking, just a brain in a chair, just like visually, it held a standard. Like, you think he would abide this fucking Elon Musk bullshit and this Jordan?
He'd have to.
No, he would not.
He'd have to.
He sat
Elon Musk would say,
"You
"You fucking sold out. I made this money. I stood on business. I did this. They're paying that guy. You can't believe a fucking word that fucking crock of shit."
And then you just hear like, "You fucking sell out, you piece of shit, you fucking you coward, no talent, non-genius wannabe."
He'd be tweeting that.
You're fucking communicating on my platforms.
I want Neil deGrasse Tyson to fuck people up. That's what I want him. I want him to stop.
I do think Jordan Peterson is a good guy, though.
But like, you see Neil deGrasse Tyson go on like Rogan, and he's like, it's like he's trying to bridge. He's like, "Come on, Joe, like I'm trying to help you out," you know the thing. But it's like they can't get it, and it's like that's because the science communicators have all been trained to try to communicate openly and inclusively, right? That's like the Bill Nye was like, "Look, let's talk to kids." That's usually why they're talking to kids. Because they can at least go, "Look, we can't save these dumb motherfuckers. These adults are gone, right? We got to start with the next crop. Yeah. Let's see if we can at least get them in for later." And then it goes the way it goes, right? And then they got to get a new guy. They got to get a new guy every time. But I'm saying there was a time where that was not necessarily the approach to science communication. It wasn't include everybody. It was like, don't tell those motherfuckers. Don't tell them shit. You know what I mean? That's how. Like, if you go back, like, I don't even know who it is, but it's like Pythagoras and Copernicus and fucking, you know what I mean? You didn't just tell everybody. You know what I mean? The church was going to fuck your shit up.
That's why I think Peterson's good. He's explaining to the normal man.
No, I'm saying stop explaining to the normal man. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying elitism. I'm pro-elitism.
If you own it.
I don't know. I'm 50-50.
I need to work out why I don't like him, but there's something about him I don't like.
We covered it. We nailed it.
It's why your legs are
he's over here
now.
defending. He doesn't know what he's defending. We fucking crushed it.
No, we didn't do anything. Zach forgot to bring his parachute. He's still on the plane. He's fucking
trying to grab onto you boys. One of you, which am I going to grab onto? Do I love him? Do I hate him?
Yeah, Jordan Peterson's a bitch.
Well.
And Matt Rife. Fuck Matt Rife.
What comedian do you hate the most?
Hate the most?
Yes.
Oh my God, there's so many right now.
And there's got to be one.
Oh, jeez, man.
Can't be Matt Rife because everyone's pounding.
Let's go into the categories of that because it's like categories. It's more like categories.
Dead comedian you hate the most?
Dead comedian I hate
Robin Williams.
the most.
What the fuck?
Piece of shit.
That's a good question.
That's trash.
Like what kind of hate? Like give me like an example of like
fucking phony.
Oh,
like hack. Like
yeah.
He was like it would be like a fucking Richard Pryor. Like he was a great, but like dude, this guy didn't like. He's not it. Like,
let's first go back to your definition of a hack because I feel like everyone has a different definition.
Okay.
A hack being someone who was using smoke and mirrors at a time when they could have done better.
Like Jordan Peterson.
Pandering
to your audience to sell books and content.
Grab.
Yeah. There's so many. I mean, what I mean is it's endless and it never stops. It's just an endless barrage of dog shit.
But it's got to be one.
Hold on. This is.
I know, but let's go. What I'm trying to say is if we get into one, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying be nuanced. I want to be nuanced about it. Like, what is it about that one? Like, it's not like just fuck that guy.
All right, what is it?
This is a question you asked me that I've been thinking about since you asked me. What comedian broke your heart?
Oh, don't do that.
Because I had one.
Don't do that.
Because I've thought about it 2 days after.
Don't make me do that right now.
I'll do mine. Mine was Joe Coy.
Okay.
I worked at the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
And he has the same opener every time he goes out on stage. Like, I'm Korean. He's a Korean guy, Southern accent, South Korean, and like that was his. He said he opened that with that for 20 years, and then he just does the same act every night. He golfed with the owner of the club. Like it kind of broke my heart.
The opener did?
No. Joe Coy did. Like he's in a lane where he probably makes like $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year, and he's fine with that. He's coasting, but he didn't seem like super happy. It was super depressing to me. Like, he's probably fine. His family's set. And he's living comfortably. But, like, in my mind, that wasn't what a comedian was. It was like, you're going out and you're trying new things. Like, you're working on new bits.
Yeah.
And then just to see that's how...
And you still believe in that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't. I'm saying that's
I
the
do.
original craft thing. That's the thing, believing in the
Yeah, but that
idealism.
broke my heart. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah, what I'm saying is when any of those guys do something that breaks that original, the childhood fantastical vision, of the pure vision of it, right? But in reality, it isn't necessarily those things, right? So there's a combination of like you as a fan, then you as a comic, then after you've gotten to do it, and then you realize what real is.
Yeah.
So I want to be nuanced to where I go, like, let's say you take some of the hacks, right, that are out there, and you go, are they comics? They go, yeah, of course they're comics. I'm not saying they're not comics. You know what I mean? You go, are they original? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Do they kill? Sure, 100%. You know what I mean? I mean, so it's like, not to be unfair. It's not like it's not their right to be a comic.
Yeah.
You know? But if you were to like, if you were thinking about rap and somebody was like, oh, this guy's a good MC versus this guy's a good storyteller, it's like, that's not fucking related. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they're all part of, you know what I mean?
The thing.
People playing different roles. So if you saw somebody doing sketch, you saw somebody like Chris Farley we were talking about. You know, nobody's like, Chris Farley's a great writer, but you don't hold that against, you know? Yeah. So it's like, what I don't like is just fucking real phony. Just phony, just threw in at every level in different places.
Who comes to mind?
I don't know.
You do know.
It's like speculate. I can see it. Let me tell you this way. I'll do it piece by piece. So like when we're talking about the Matt Rife thing, it's cats that go on the stage and then they do this shit. They're just like, and that's when I just knew I had to come out here and give all my heart. And you're like, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
You haven't even told a bad joke yet. And I fucking hate you because you oversold it. Now you can sell that to a certain amount. You can come out and be like, hey man, it's my kids and family. It's made me my career. I love it. And you go, yeah man, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But that other shit I was doing, it's like, you didn't even try to be fucking real. You tried so hard to be real, you undid all the realness in one statement.
I get what you mean.
Whatever that is.
Yeah,
whatever that oversell, you know what I mean? And it's like, but if we were watching one, right? We watch a special, a guy kills for 50 minutes, right? And then he comes out and he does the last thing and he does that. And you go, yeah, man, you earned it. You can feel if they earned it. Yeah. And then when you see somebody and they didn't earn it, you go, fuck this cat. This cat did it in the first 3 fucking minutes, you know?
Yeah, you wanted the roses before the show ended. Yeah.
People who sell merch at open mics.
Yeah. So when I was watching, the Matt Rife stuff, that shit's all over it. It's all over it the whole way through. And it's like, this is gross. It's just sleazy. Yeah.
Would you be, okay, do you give him any credit that he's young? And that's
first off, I'm saying, absolutely, that's a great point. But I'm saying I also would give him the credit. It was like, look, is he doing it? Is he building like an acumen for performance? Right. Is he developing? I'm saying he's learning levels of performance that I have no idea about.
Yeah,
right.
He's still learning shit. Yeah.
But I'm also mad at them that they get the opportunity to do that with dog shit as the content. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is he going to be like? Is he going to be better than crowd work at me? Forever he will be, because he'll get the most reps, the most. You know what I mean? Like out of that.
But that's not his fault though. If it is popular and he does try to support himself with it.
I don't blame anybody for being famous.
Yeah.
I don't blame anybody for the fame. It's not the fame I'm talking about at all. I'm not blaming anybody for, it's like, but go, like, okay, so for instance, there was one thing where he'll be talking about like pushing the envelope and people trying to cancel him, and I just got to like stick to my guns and do the, I got to push it as hard as I can push it. And I was like, you think these are those jokes? I was like, you better be fucking Doug Stanhope, you're going to talk like that. Yeah. And he don't talk like that. Like, who the fuck goes out and says that shit, and then you're just going to say shitty puns?
Right, we're all doing that.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck is, like, it's like you're calling your shot and then just hitting a single. You know, it's not like that's what it is.
I haven't watched the special, but from the clips you're telling me, it sounds like someone who's doing stand-up for people who
I've watched all 3 specials and the crowd work one, and the first 2 I watched
out of 10.
First two I watched in good faith, and then I was like, now I just hate watch it. I can't even give it.
I heard I need to watch the Nick Cannon special.
Yeah.
That he did, because it's like equally as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to hate watch that.
But if you took like, they're obviously talented people. Like they're talented in the way like when they farm like actors and they want like triple threats, like you can sing, dance, and that kind of shit. They're talented that way.
Right.
They're talented like America's Got Talent.
He can work on the stage. Yeah.
And so it's like you can appreciate all that talent, but I don't respect talent. I appreciate talent, but I respect skill. You see what I mean? If a kid shows up to play chess at 8 years old and the kid's just, that's how he sees the board, I'm like, the kid did no work. That's fine. That's awesome that he's doing it, but now get to work.
Cultivate the skill.
Cultivate the skill, cultivate the talent and develop it as skill. So it's like, all my life I've been fascinated with talent, but I mistakenly put respect there when it should never have been there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like that's how you come into it, and you can show up at any level, So I didn't show up in reality with any talent. I only ended up with skill.
Yeah.
But people will mistake it. People who don't know the difference would mistake. They'll just mistake it. They go, "You're really talented."
That's what they do with Zach. They think he's skilled, but it's more just talent.
Oh yeah.
It's more just
Oh, cool. So you think I'm talented?
But I don't disrespect talent either.
Yeah.
It's neither. You see what I mean?
Well, not until you act like it's skill.
Yeah, until 100%. Then they can go fuck themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like if you try to, just appropriating skill, it's
That's
like
basically doing. Your whole hang up.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with all of them. I mean, all of them being like whoever that is. But there's people who just squander both. There's like I'm trying to think of it. Can you think of anybody else? Can you think of anybody else?
Do you have anybody in mind? We got to wrap up soon.
For who? They're just squandering both.
Getting yelled at.
Skill and talent.
No, anyone break your heart or anyone you don't like? I feel like you're not that. You don't have that energy.
No, nobody really got my heart enough to break it. I feel like one that like kind of stuck with me is Pablo Francisco. I feel like when I first saw him, he was so funny that when I saw him later, I was like, "You haven't gone anywhere with this." Like, I was just more disappointed of like.
He's definitely funny. He's definitely super funny as well.
Right, but when I was a kid and saw him, I was like, "Dude, this guy's hilarious."
Live at Irvine.
As I was an adult and I saw him, I was like, what happened? Like, did it just peak there and like it doesn't get any like I don't know?
But to be fair, in the nuanced way, it doesn't have to. In other words, if he learned, I'm saying if he let's say it wasn't just talent, right? It was just talent, the skill, the cultivation, and he cultivated a thing. Now he's doing that thing. Are you allowed to do just one thing?
Right,
you might be able. You might. Most of them kind of do the first trick they figured out.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't love that because I like to see somebody stay ahead of the curve, and that way you can kind of like keep a streak going. Like when the Chappelle thing happened with the trans stuff, and he kept doing it. It was going. I wasn't trying to hate you because of the topic. I was just hating because you couldn't get off the topic. Yeah. It was like you lost it. It was like I was trying to keep. I wanted you to keep it alive. I wanted you to keep it where like they can't catch you. They can't even get their hands quite around it. Like it's too slippery for them somehow. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, no, you stopped and they got you.
Yeah, he felt bothered by it. He felt like he had to prove and now I'm going to do this because you guys.
Yeah. So now like he could go out and do whatever he wants, but you're not cheering on the streak anymore. He's just a guy with the next special. But before you were like, is it possible this guy could go all the way and do no wrong?
Yeah. Right.
Like you were like, is this even, and you cheer for it. And so a lot of the people that, you're kind of talking about trashing or something like that, maybe thinking about, right, are actually people I love. And it's not trashing them. I'm saying they're amazing, but when they fell off, it broke your heart. But that's nothing they're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
But you do want to point it out because you're like, they did break they're fucking God damn it, that next special. Yeah. Why didn't he do the next level? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like nuance. It's not even actually hate. It's just like, but then you give them so much credit. Like when I say like Bill Burr, those the first four from like the Why Do I Do This and the Let It Go and what is it?
Sunset?
No, it's the purple one. And then the black and white. It's like blue, red, purple, black and white. That's what I'm giving them the colors of the way that's presented. Those four in a row are unbelievable. I mean, not the next one, but he has that one in Nashville, I think it is, when he's got the shirt, and it's the kind of one with the Hitler
Paper
stuff
Tiger,
and the cruise ship. No,
Right.
these are later. Those are
Okay,
later.
yeah.
But I'm saying that, I can't remember but those first 4, it's like you shouldn't even be. That's more than you should ever have to do. Is 4 flawless specials
Right.
is unreal.
Yeah.
So it's like forgiven forever. Like you already did the work. Now if you can do another one, fuck yeah. If you can do another one, fuck yeah. Like the Chris Rock, like after you crush those first 4,
Right.
and it's like, he comes tambourine and stuff, and then you're like, that's fine. No, don't
was fine.
mistake
I
it.
like Tambourine.
No, Tambourine has the same level of content. It just didn't have the same attitude presentation. He like calmed down a little bit of the presentation.
You can just tell by the backdrop is going to be
Yeah, but it was filmed great.
Yeah.
It looked great,
too good.
Maybe.
Too pretty.
Yeah, maybe. No, that's what I'm saying. You could have difference. These are like difference of opinion,
Yeah.
right? You just go, I liked it, I didn't like it, whatever. But I mean, the content was all in there. But then when he came with the next one, what he did was he brought back the presentation and that thing, and then we all felt more nostalgic as opposed to he's trying to do his artsy film, like kind of one. So, but in truth, those were still good, But like, what does he owe you?
Nothing.
What does he owe us after he already did the first ones? Is it his job to keep it up? I mean, technically it is, but he also took huge gaps in between. He took like 4 years kind of things, and then he took like a straight 10 years.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm disappointed in that.
I hope Chappelle goes away again and then comes back.
I mean,
I think that's his only not saving grace
yeah,
with me, but like
go away and come back always.
yeah.
It's the only way he'll write himself
Or
in
just,
the eyes.
or just, you got to find the self-awareness to pull it off. Find the self-awareness to bring up the right topics, to come out and address it. You know what I mean?
Or to soak up the
address it,
actual
to-
world.
Yeah,
Not just the momentum in your life
Yeah.
that you created and now you're building on that. Like just take a second and just actually look what's going on outside of yourself.
But can you at that level? Is it even possible at
Well, he
that
did.
level?
He was most famous guy in the world.
He wasn't.
Comedically.
No, not then.
And then he went away.
No, he wasn't the most famous.
Oh, he's
No,
had to have been close.
No, the show was.
Yeah, the show,
famous.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
But
sure.
but I'm saying he had plenty of room. I know what you're talking about. He was known.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was on
he
top
was-
of his world.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying now that you're on the other side of all of that, how do you go back?
Yeah.
Like how Eddie Murphy trying to talk about doing stand-up again. It's like, how do you go and just talk about? You're like, hey, you ever put in a garbage bag in the kitchen trash? It's like, how do you? It's like, can you know that
Going back, because I don't think their version of going back is what they expect from their audience. When we say going back, it's like wearing the leather purple suit, like doing the woo, like.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to go back there. He wants to go back to the top.
You can't go back.
Right, but that's where no matter where he goes, it won't be there.
But you don't want to be bad because you're great.
Right.
You're already great, so now you can't afford to be bad, right? So so as a result, the truth is, real truth, can do whatever they want, but they don't feel like they can do whatever they want. So the truth is, I'm talking about the kitchen bag thing. Yeah, you absolutely can, but you don't feel like you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you go up after a certain person who just killed, and you're like, I can't talk about shit that's lame like that. I got to talk about something. It's like, in reality, if you feel it, and you're when you're talking about the real world, like getting the real world shit, if they go and do that, then they'll know, they'll be real, and then they can do it. Yeah. But instead you see younger people come up, and those guys seem more fucking real than these cats. Of course they do. These motherfuckers are in mansions and shit.
Yeah.
So all these cats went the way they went, and then you're looking for that authenticity. But what's that authenticity come from? The thing I was saying earlier, the pure spirit, the pure spark, where you started from. It doesn't come from the other side. It doesn't come from the billionaire.
Yeah.
It comes from the original idea.
Yeah.
The why you wanted to do stand up. So when like I don't know who you bring. I mean, it'd probably be Gillis or something like that. You know what I mean? Like but like if you just go, now we're just waiting for him to get corrupted. Now you're just sitting and wait. You're like, when's it gonna get in, and how long does the original spark last? You know what I mean? And like, but you got to watch that with every single one of them. And then and that's why you end up going for cats like Joey Diaz or Ali Sadiq, because like prison makes it so you never lose that fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you never lose the authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
It's always ingrained in you to just be that guy.
Try to get that out of those people. How are those guys going to get spoiled?
Yeah, they're not.
I mean, or whatever way, it won't ever get all the way out.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, but I'm talking about the fact that we even looked for it,
Yeah.
And then you see somebody else like I don't know, who are you going to laugh at? Like, I mean,
I like McCusker. That's Shane's buddy.
Oh, I meant the ones you can't anymore. Like if it was like Tim Allen or somebody just coming back.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
that'd be weird.
I think Eddie Murphy could come back. I think he can do it.
He shouldn't, but
you
he
know?
could. Yeah.
But
he's dropping Beverly Hills Cop.
I'll tell you why. No, let me say it real quick. It's because when he talked about it, he knows he doesn't want to come back from like, yeah, I don't have that shit
and
to
risk
talk
it.
about. Yeah, what he does, he knows he's out of touch.
Yeah.
So he's going
it on music.
Yeah, so he goes, I got to get in touch.
Yeah.
Or I won't do it. You know, that kind of thing, you know? So it's like.
Well, we'll see how Beverly Hills Cop does for him.
We got to wrap up. I'm so sorry. I'm getting blown up.
7 hours. Let's do 7 hour podcast. Let's break a record, dude.
I got baby mama. She's got work tomorrow.
Okay.
And
I'll come do another. Let's do round 2, then. I'll keep talking. You know that.
The end part 2.
Huh? Yeah, we'll do all of it. Dude. We can make if we were gonna.
I feel like we just got warmed up.
We can make a list of trash and comics. Come back and trash comics.
I'll be down.
I get so mad that
Dean's too positive. He won't ever do it.
Dude,
Dean'll do it.
I'm the dreamer, dude.
He's a good in everybody.
You call out Northeast, I'm just swap bang, just fucking pulling the trigger. You just tell me where to shoot. Just
you'll pile
dead
up.
eye. Yeah. I'm not the schematics guy.
Take us out. How are we gonna wrap this up?
This thing, 200 episodes later. 200 episodes, countless shanty tapes, countless unnumbered episodes.
Right. Oh yeah. More than
We're deep. We're deep, and y'all have been here for all of it, or maybe you've been here for the end of it, and you can go back and listen to all of it. But it's been fun. We loved it. I'm Dean, co-host Zach. Our final guest of the podcast, Chris.
Christopher Buck.
Chris Buck. Zach will always pay for the website. So you will
every year, $118.
$118. Remember that. So the yearly thing, we make no money off of it. So send us money. Go to relatables.com. Look us up on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, all places you can listen to podcasts. And while you're doing that, please keep liking, sharing, subscribing. As always,
stay relatable.
Ready.